Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today.
Hey everyone, looking at SPY on the daily and weekly time frame, and the bears in full control today. Big dump. Now we are bouncing off the 100-day moving average support on SPY at 212.74. We did see a rally at the end of the day, and it continued a little bit into after hours. We're up about 40 cents right now after the close. We'll see if that can hold overnight, but very key loss of 214 psychological support. We had held that dip the past 4 or 5 times that we've come to that level. So it's a clear bearish break on high volume to the downside. And if we lose this 100-day moving average support, we're looking down from the September lows, and those levels are down at 211.24. So on the weekly time frame for SPX, or actually for SPY, the middle Bollinger Band is 213.14. We're currently above that level. We're still in this tightening range. And again, I've been pointing out I like SPX a little bit better on this pattern on the weekly, and we're currently below the middle Bollinger Band on SPX. And SPX closed right at its 100-day moving average. SPY clearly held its 100-day moving average. SPX closed about $1 below it, and that was the level that we bounced off of on the September lows. So the bulls really want to hold that level, and it will absolutely be a very clear bearish signal if we break those lows from September. And we should see a pretty big flush if that does occur. So for SPY, it's 211.24. If that level breaks, I'm going to be looking down at 206, and then the 50-week moving average support down at 204. So multiple dollar of downside if this key level breaks for SPX. Also some support at 2100, and that was a previous very tough resistance level on the weekly. So 2100, we'll look to see if that can hold on support if we do break the low of 2119 on SPX, the S&P 500. So watching the lows of September, the 100-day moving average supports, and the middle Bollinger Band weekly supports, all important here as we watch for a very key bearish break. And on those bearish breaks, you can be playing SPY puts, you can be playing individual names bearish, you can be playing TVIX, UVXY, and those volatility names. I only like those for day trades personally. That's all I would suggest on those. Let's look at SPY on the 5-minute. And there was really no doubt at any point. Well, there was, I won't say at any point, but from the open today, very clear to be looking bearish. We started with a rejection from the 20-period moving average. And let's look at pre-market because I always factor that in to what I'm looking at. And it was very clear that we were pulling back pre-market, setting lower highs and lower lows. And then we saw 2 big red candlesticks of dump, a bullish reversal candlestick on tiny volume, 2 red candlesticks of dump. So we rejected from the 8-period exponential resistance, this blue line, for over 2 hours this morning. That is very, very strong downtrend. And the bear volume very clearly outweighing the bull volume. We didn't see 3 green 5-minute candlesticks in a row until 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So the bears were very clearly in control. And even on that second dump to the downside, once we saw a new low of the day, again, we could not get above the 8-period exponential resistance for another 2 hours. So for over 4.5 hours today, the 8-period exponential was resistance. That has not happened in a very long time, and that shows very strong movement for the bears. The hourly time frame is oversold, 24.67. The bulls need to see a bullish reversal candlestick confirmed, and for the exponential resistance to become support for a little bit of a bounce to play out. But again, as of right now, lots of weakness, losing 214 psychological support on SPY. We'll see if we get a short-term oversold hourly bounce tomorrow, but the direction to be looking now is bearish, and even on a quick spike, a quick bounce, still keep that bearish sentiment after the volume very clearly favored the bears today. So we'll check back in tomorrow and see how it goes. Pretty important day to see what the follow-through is like tomorrow. I appreciate you watching and hope you have a great night. Thanks for all the likes and the shares. They make a difference.